Hello, everyone. This information just came across my desk, and I really wanted to put out a video really fast about it. This is actually pretty big news for new players. What's going on is starting tomorrow, you're going to be able to buy fully crafted and ready to go out of the box starter decks for like a small amount of gems. And these aren't like your typical like starter decks like the ones that we've been upgrading on the channel. These are pretty well put together and coherent decks for fresh players. So let's get into this real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this article is over here on mtggoldfish.com. I'll put a link to the article itself in the description box so you can come and read it yourself. It says Wizards of the Coast just announced the sale of fully built decks directly in the Magic Arena's in-game store starting August 13th, 2024. So that's tomorrow. They're sold in gems and their price will vary depending on how much of the cards you already own. And I don't know how many of you that play Magic now also played Legends of Runeterra when that game was still pretty active, but they did this in their client and they sold ready to go like decks that were sold using their currency, which was Riot coins, and they would prorate your cost to purchase based off of your collection. So if you already had most of the cards from that deck, they would drop the price down so you could buy it for cheaper. It was a really cool practice, and I'm kind of really glad to see this coming to Magic Arena. This is a totally doable thing that honestly should have been in the client for a long time now. So hey, better late than never, though, right? So, anyways, they prorate the cost based off your collection. They're starting this program with 2 standard decks, one slightly cheaper and one more expensive, and 3 Brawl decks. So maybe this will be the bump that people need to start playing standard Brawl. This standard dinosaur deck starting price is 5,310 gems, or roughly $29 of the cheapest gem bundle, big enough to make that purchase. Keep in mind that the price displayed in the store will likely be lower in practice, since the account likely will have some of the cards in the deck already. So, again, that prorating thing that we were just talking about. But take a look at this. This is one of the 2 standard decks that they're putting on sale. It is a standard dinosaurs deck, something that we are pretty familiar with because we just got done doing a dinosaurs upgrade, which was actually pretty good. It put up some decent numbers. So this deck has 4 Ixali's Lorekeeper, 4 Belligerent Yearling, 3 Burning Sun Cavalry, 3 Itzkinth, 4 Pugnacious Hammerskull, 4 Rampaging Raptor, 4 Polani's Hatcher, and then it runs 2 Shock, 4 Triumphant Chomp, 2 Volcanic Spite, and 2 Witchstalker's Frenzy. Lands, you have 4 Bristling Backwoods, 3 Copperline Gorge, 5 Forests, 1 Carplison Forest, 5 Mountains, 2 Restless Ridgeline, and 4 Rugged Highlands. That's a pretty solid value for only roughly about $29 in gems. This is a pretty decent deck. Not too bad. And something that someone can just buy and play right out of the box. Pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'm curious though, because I'll log on tomorrow and take a look at these myself. I'm curious if, because I have all of the cards already, if it will be prorated down to like 0. Because that's something that happened in Legends of Runeterra. I used to play that game a lot before I came over to Magic Arena, and most of the time those decks were already like almost 0 coins for me because I had all the cards. Here's the other one. This one is a standard toxic deck. So let's see what they say here. It says, this standard toxic deck starting price is 11,280 gems, or roughly $56 of the cheapest gem bundle, big enough to make that purchase. Okay, so this one is a bit more expensive, so it probably will be a little bit more powerful. So this one is running 4 Crawling Chorus, 4 Skrelv Defector Might, 4 Venerated Rot Priest, 3 Jawbone Duelist, 3 Slaughter Singer. Then he has Aspirant's Ascent, Rona's Vortex, Shore Up, Bring the Ending, and Serum Snare. Enchantments is 4 Skrelv's Hive. There's it loads it up. So 4 Skrelv's Hive. Lands is 4 Addarkar Wastes, 3 Botanical Sanctum, 1 Island, 3 Mirax, 1 Plains, 2 Razor Verge Thicket, 4 Seachrome Coast, and 4 Seed Core. So yeah, that is a well put together Bant Toxic list. Yeah, this should do very well for you. Not too bad. I don't know if $56 is a good value for this deck, but being able to just buy a ready to go out of the box deck like this as a new player is actually pretty damn cool. It's just having that option is amazing. I like this a lot. Okay, then going further down, we're looking at some Brawl decks. I'm not going to go too in-depth on this, but I'll just show you what we have here. This is a Zada Brawl deck that is starting at 2210 gems, or roughly $14. So that's a pretty cheap deck. And it's a all-red Brawl deck. Pretty cool. And then we have an Ariat of the Charmed Apple. This one looks like it's going for 4,480 gems, or roughly $24. Okay, very good. And then we have the last Brawl deck, which is Ryu Storm's Edge. And this one says it's going for 4,320 gems, or roughly $23. So yeah, each of these seem to be pretty cheap. Not too bad. Again, I'm curious what these are going to cost me, because I know I have a lot of these cards already. Yeah. So anyways, that is pretty much the news for today, the Magic the Gathering news. I really just wanted to get on real quick and talk to you guys about these. My thoughts, I like this. I think this is a step in the right direction. I especially like that these bundles are prorated for your collection, so that when you have most or all of these cards already, it will be cheaper for you to purchase if you want to just have the deck on hand. And I think this is a great jumping off point for them to put more of these kinds of decks into the shop to help new or returning players get back into the game. It's like, I'm really, really happy with this. Definitely a step in the right direction. All right, well, that's it for today. I'll put the link to this article in the description box so you can come and read it yourself. And look on Arena tomorrow to see these decks on the shop. Pretty cool. All right, and that's pretty much it. So, as always, you take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.